welcome to healthyhouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today's video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link, which you'll see in the comments section below. So today's video was requested by one of my subscribers, Christina. Hello, Christina. So you had asked about reviving a spider plant. So this little guy you'll see is a little bedraggled. There's some crispy ends and things like that, which does happen, but she can really use a little help here. So we are going to do that for her today. So spider plants are fairly easy to grow, but they are particular about certain things. They don't like to dry out, even though they will grow pretty successfully in dry soil and continue to grow okay for you. They will get these crispy ends. So that's where that's coming from. And they also do like some nutrients, because you can see this girl here, who I'm going to name Lucy. So Lucy is having a little problem. She's not as dark green as she should be, and that indicates a deficiency in nitrogen. So I'm going to be adding some of my special Green Gourmet houseplant food, which is something that I created and that I do sell on my website, healthyhouseplants.com. So I'm going to be adding some of that to her. And it's a very gentle fertilizer, and it has a lot of really good nutrients in it. And it also has mycorrhizae, which I talk about in another video. I'll put the link below on that. Mycorrhizae are microscopic fungi that attach to plant roots in exchange for going out and making the plant healthier. So getting the plant more nutrients and more water than it could on its own. They attach to plant roots, as I mentioned. So those are very handy to have in fertilizer. My fertilizer also has worm compost, which I'll be doing a video on in the future, which is a really good for re-stimulating plants. Alfalfa meal, which is a natural growth hormone. So that is really good for getting plants to revive and give them a really good kickstart, and some other really good ingredients as well. Okay, so what you want to do with a spider plant that you want to revive is you want to, if possible, repot the plant. That's one of your best steps for actually reviving any plant. So what you want to do is get the repotting going. Okay, now, I have chosen here a couple different pot sizes. You'll see that. I have another video, and I talk about this frequently, about not potting up into too big of a pot. A lot of times, now you'll see this pot is about the same size as the one it's in. So you would think, oh, I need to pot in that same size pot or even bigger. Well, a plant that has been compromised, that does need revival, needs to go a lot of times into a smaller pot. My guess it's going to need to go into this size pot. We'll see in a minute when I go to repot here. But what you want to do with the plant is not decide, oh, I like this size pot and it looks good, or this pot is bigger and I'm sure it needs a bigger pot, because that's the problem. And a lot of times it's not the problem of a plant that has been having problems, because what happens with a plant that has been having problems is the root mass actually shrinks. So if you've got a plant that's compromised, its root mass is shrunk, and then you put it into a bigger size pot, you're going to end up with too much soil, and you're going to end up with root rot and lose the plant that you're trying to save. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking this out, Lucy out here, okay, and she also needs watering, which actually I was going to do first. So anytime before you repot a plant, do water it prior. It's best to water it at least 20 minutes prior. It's not something you have to do, but I suggest doing it a little bit before, just so it has a chance to absorb into the soil. But the reason is you want the roots to have some water in them, to also have some buoyancy in them. So I've watered, and then take her out, and we're going to examine her roots. And her roots don't look too bad. They actually look pretty good. If you can see her roots here, see a close-up of her roots there, you can see there's a fibrous root there, and it looks nice, and it's white and nice and a tad green because the plant is green, but it's nice and white, and you can, and it's not black and smushy, which would indicate root rot. So this plant doesn't have root rot. What it does need, though, is some new soil, some TLC, and the right kind of lighting. So I'm going to take off some of the soil that's been on there. A plant that's been compromised some is not doing as well. Usually there's a buildup that the soil's probably been in there too long. There's probably a buildup in salts, which I also talk about in another video. Salts will damage roots. So shake off some of it. You don't need to shake off all of it because we don't have any compromised roots in terms of we don't have any root rot going on. But you want to shake off a lot so that you can get it into some really nice new soil. Okay, so I've got her here. I'm going to be also pruning off some of the dead foliage, which you can do prior to repotting or after repotting. It doesn't matter. Now I'm using a nice soil that drains well. This is ProMix BX, my favorite. It drains well, but it also retains moisture, and it's full of really good stuff for the plant as well. And I'm adding into that some pumice. And pumice is different than perlite. You've seen perlite. It's the little pieces that are in soil, and you can actually squish them between your fingers. Pumice, you can't. Pumice is a lava rock, so it's not, you would have to get a hammer to this to squish it. I like pumice more than perlite because I'm going to be putting some in the soil for this spider plant. I like it more than perlite because it stays in the soil. It doesn't come up when you water because it's not very lightweight. And I do carry some pumice on my website as well. It actually is from the Pacific Northwest, where it's mined there from its they get it up there and some other areas. It's in some other areas as well, but that's one place where it comes from quite a bit. Okay, so now I put some of that in because we want to have really good drainage for the spider plant because she does like drainage, but like I said, she does like some moisture too, which is why I combine the ProMix, which is a finer soil, along with the pumice. Okay, so now we're going to decide. Now, if you've seen my video on the 2/3 plant, 1/3 pot ratio, and that's the secret to houseplant success, you'll know by this that this pot is too big. And you look at her root system, way too big. So as I surmised before, this pot is going to be the right size pot. And it could even go a tad bit smaller, but this one will work. So we're essentially going down a pot size. Okay. So we're going to fill up her container. A little bit of soil. Now, this pot is also not as deep, which is a good thing because we will have less wet soil surrounding her. So she's going to start doing really well here. However, first I want to mix in to the soil I'm using on the top here some of the Green Gourmet houseplant food. Make sure to get some of that in there. Follow the package directions. So I'm going to put in new soil that has some of that in there. And then we set her into the nice soil. And we want to have when you put the plant in, and this is with any house plant pretty much, what you want to do is you want to eyeball it, and you want to see that once you're done putting soil on top, that there's going to be a little bit of a rim within there, so maybe 1/8 of an inch to at least 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, and you would go deeper with a bigger pot. So this we would do 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch, the soil below the rim of the pot, so that when you water, the water doesn't go over the top of the pot. You've probably had that happen before, so that is not a good thing because we want the plant to stay well watered. Okay, so I'm filling in. Make sure you fill in well. You don't want to have any air pockets in there, so you want to push firmly down when you're putting in soil and check that there are no air pockets. Air pockets in the soil are not good because the roots will dry out and the plant will not make it. Especially plants that you're trying to revive. So there we go. Okay, so we've done that. It's nice. So the top of the plant, we're not burying any deeper than it was or anything like that, because you don't want to bury you want to have the crown of the plant just below the soil surface with the spider plants. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I am going to prune off some of her foliage that's not doing so great. You can just take off the bottom of it, of the ones that got dried out. So that she looks better. Take out any in the center there as well. Okay. And also it's good to get this dead stuff off, because pests and diseases tend to go for the dead plant parts first, so it attracts them. One more piece there. And then I'm going to water her well with tepid water or warm water. Important. And Lucy should be happy to be in here. A little more soil. If you see, once you water, you may see areas where there's a little stuff, roots or something showing. Make sure they're all covered. So what we're going to do is we're going to check back with her probably in a couple months to see how she's doing, but you can tell she already kind of looks happier just being in a new soil and knowing that she's being revived. The other pot, the soil was another thing that will happen with plants that need to be revived. You'll see is there's not enough soil, so the plant had actually shrunk a little bit. The soil, the whole thing had shrunk down, so it was a little too deep in the pot as well, which is not another good thing good thing to get rid of, because it will cause it too deep in the pot can also cause root rot as well. Okay, but Lucy's going to be fine. She doesn't have that. She's going to be very happy, and she's going to grow happily. Thank you, Christina, for suggesting this video. Please leave comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.